So in this vid, I'm going to show 3 BCBMs and 1 TCBM. So I'm going to go ahead and start off with the TCBM. If I can get the sleeves detached from the envelope. So my good friend hgssprime needed some sleeves, so I helped him out by buying some sleeves for him from TrollandToad. And before I get an onslaught of emails asking me to do this for a bunch of other people, yeah, he's a particular case, so I don't typically just buy stuff for other people and then have them send me cards in return. So please don't ask. But yeah, he's a really good friend, so I was more than happy to do that for him. So, since he, yeah, so, to repay me, instead of just sending cash, he sent me cards. So, got a Magnezone Prime. I'm not necessarily collecting these, but I'm trying just to get a full playset. I think I've either got 3 or 4 now. Just mainly preparing for rotation. Magnetic draw, I mean, we're kind of losing a lot of draw engines when rotation hits, so I'm going to hang on to a playset of these just in case. 2 of the Professor Program Judge promos. So 1 is going into my collection, and then the other I'm going to put up for trade. And this is a pretty, well, I won't say rare card, but pretty valuable card. I think the only one on eBay that I saw was like for 15 bucks, so it's pretty awesome. And so that was a trade we had made. And then he also sent a couple of extras. And the extras, we have a Pomp Professor Program promo. And I'm pretty sure that I don't have this one either, so this is really, really cool. Expanding my promo collection. And then this extra, Reverse Cyrus's Conspiracy. Beautiful card. Definitely going to be putting this in my deck, just to make it all shiny and cool looking. So, thank you so much for the awesome cards. Yeah, the promos are a huge help to just to getting more promos. Magnezone I'll definitely be using, I have a feeling, next rotation. And yeah, can't complain about a Rev Cyrus. So yeah, the only thing in this vid that's going to be up for trade is the spare promo judge. Okay, so that's my 1 TCBM. The other 3 are BCBMs. And I have to say, this is the most epic BCBM vid I've ever made. I'm just getting so close to completing 1 of every English set that I'm just kind of buying up the last few cards when I can find them, just because some of them really aren't available. And then along those lines too, some of the cards on my wants list are just impossible to trade for. You know, I've been trading for cards for a few years now on various sites, in person, online, and I've kind of just realized that there are certain cards that people, if they actually happen to have them, will not trade away. So I just gotta suck it up and buy them. Alright, so first off, I'm going to start by showing, let's do this one first. It's a smaller sale, so I'll kind of go from the smallest to the largest, from eBay. So we have a Rev Meowth from Holon Phantoms, a Rev Flygon from Dragon, a non-hollow Pop 2 Entei, and a non-hollow Pop 6 Riolu. So this, well, both of these non-hollow pop cards complete my Pop 2 and Pop 6 sets, so I'm pretty excited about that. 2 more complete sets. What's special about these are that they are non-hollow, meaning they came straight from the pack. You can get Entei, and I'm not sure if you can get Riolu, possibly Riolu too, in hollow versions, but those are like blister promos, so those are completely different. So I now have non-hollow rare sets complete of Pop 2 and Pop 6 straight from the pack. So pretty excited about that. And then these 2 reverses, these are actually all from the same seller on eBay. I pretty much bought just because, you know, the shipping was combined on them. And these are 2 that neither Gaming Etc. nor TrollandToad had in stock. At this point, I've pretty much bought all the cards that I need for my collection from TrollandToad and Gaming Etc. So really, the only cards that are left, I'm gonna have to go to eBay for, or hope that I can find them in other places. And I'm thinking at some point I'll probably post a vid once my wants list gets down to maybe like 50 or under. Just kind of posting cards, and maybe some YouTubers can help me out in finding the cheapest place to buy them. So the next sale is a smaller sale, or smaller buy I should say, from gamingetc. And I bought the Charizard Holo from the Legendary series. I have this in non-holo, but the non-holo is the deck promo, and this was the last card I needed to complete the Legendary series collection. So this is a kind of a difficult set to find, because so many people, they see the Charizard and they think, oh, original base set, or even some base set too. I can't tell you how many Charizards I've traded for, being told that they were from the Legendary set, and gotten them and found they were, you know, original base set or base set too. That's kind of the problem with reprints. Some people really don't pay attention to these little symbols right there, and just pay attention to the picture. So, yeah, last card I needed for Legendary series, the Legendary set Charizard Holo. And then just some other cards to help get me closer to completing sets. Weezing Rare, this is number 70 something. So this one has a, I think, identical picture, but a different number, so I thought that was kind of weird, made it kind of hard to track down. Alakazam Holo from Expedition. It's pretty cool. And there's another one that's this. They put the same picture on the non-holo rare. Just makes it a bit harder to trade for. Oh, this is a big one. Snorlax Holo from Fire Red Leaf Green. This is the last card I need to complete the Fire Red Leaf Green set, which I think is absolutely hilarious. The Charizard EX from this series can be worth anywhere from 50 to 100 bucks depending on the condition. I was able to secure a Charizard EX months ago. The Snorlax Holo, however, was it took the longest to track down. I've traded for two of these. They were both, I was told they were holo in both trades, and they ended up being reverse holos. It's fine, but, you know, kind of need the holo. Trollandtoad has been out of stock on this card for about a year, I think, and gamingetc finally got it in stock right before I placed this order, because I had previously placed an order before and they didn't have the Snorlax in stock. Looked then a few days later and there it was. So, you know, it was only $1, had to scoop it up. But that completes my Fire Red Leaf Green set. And then the last card I bought from gamingetc, Magcargo Holo from Skyridge. So, there's those. Let me slide these out of the way. And now on to my most expensive and most epic BCBM ever. And it comes from the one and only trollandtoad.com. So I've been pricing first edition base set cards, you know, via eBay, individual prices, other stores, and when it comes down to it, they had the best prices for the condition. In fact, honestly, I think I probably bought some of these for less than what they would actually retail at. So I could technically turn around and sell these on eBay and actually make a significant profit. But instead of doing that, I'm going to keep them in my collection. So, actually, I'm going to take a minute and just kind of order these, because there are some in here that are just a little more awesome than others, and I kind of want to save those really good cards for last. So, if you'll just pause, hang up with me 1 minute. Let's see. Okay, so here we go with some kind of random reverses that I needed just to kind of cut them out of the list. Well, this isn't a reverse, but Umbreon Holo from Skyridge. Eevee Reverse from Aquapolis. Town Volunteers Reverse from Aquapolis. Marshtomp Reverse from Dragon. Zubat Reverse from Skyridge. And Alakazam Reverse from the Legendary series. So that just kind of reduced that list up a bit. And now on to some really amazing cards. I bought a bunch of crystal cards, so let me go ahead and show those first. Make sure I got them all sorted out. Yes, I did. Okay, bought 3 crystal cards. Lugia Crystal Hollow. And actually, I'm going to have to get a refund on this. Because this is not English. I definitely paid for an English card. This is definitely not it. So that's kind of a bummer. Let me grab a sleeve just to make sure I keep it nice and mint. Yeah, I was like, huh, they kind of spelled crystal wrong, and then I realized it's not English. So that's kind of sad. But Troll and Toad is pretty good about refunds and such, so I'll go ahead and just refund this and get my money back, since it's not English. And I didn't even know Troll and Toad sold non-English cards. That's kind of weird. Alright. So the other 2 cards that I bought, Tuba Ho-Oh, the Hollow Crystal Ho-Oh, and the Reverse Crystal Ho-Oh. So, let me double check these and make sure that they are indeed in English. Yes, they are. So, those are excellent. Now I'm kind of curious to go back and check every Troll and Toad card that I've bought and just make sure that it is English. Typically, I do catch these things, so... okay. Next up, let's go on to one of the cards I've had to spend the most money on, but just cannot find anyone willing to trade it, or trade it for anything reasonable, I should say. Reverse Hollow TV Reporter from Dragon. And most of you are probably kind of wondering, what is the big deal about this card? It's an uncommon reverse from an older set. No big deal, right? Well, it turns out there was an error in the printing process, for the print set that they had made for the United States. United States never got this card. The only way you can find this card in English was to import it from over in Europe. And from what I understand, even in Europe, only select areas were able to get this card. I've seen this card go as high as like $130, $150 on eBay. Paid a lot less for it on Troll and Toad, so you know, I hated to kind of fork out that kind of money for it, but this is just the kind of card that you're not going to find many people willing to trade it away. So, Reverse TV Reporter from the Dragon series. The rest of the cards that I bought are all base set first edition. The only base set first edition card that I've ever been able to trade for, with the exception of maybe a few common and uncommons, is a first edition Machamp. And as we all know, the Machamp in base set, both Shadowless and first edition Shadowless, is pretty much the most common card you can find. So that wasn't really surprising that I was able to trade for that one. But everything else, no luck. So I just said, I'm just going to start buying them. So, we've got Gyarados first edition, base set. And I'm just not going to bother saying base set because obviously these are all base set. Nidoking first edition. Raichu first edition. Oh, and I just realized that I missed a set. I forgot about this one. I also bought first edition Shining Mewtwo from Neo Destiny. I'm missing most of the Neo Destiny Shinings in first edition, so this was one that they had in stock, so I picked that up. Alright, so back to the base set first editions. Alakazam. Oh, and these are all hollow, by the way, if you can't tell. While I'm looking for these, a lot of these tend to be in, like on eBay, you can find them quite easily in other languages, so let me just make sure. Chansey first edition. Clefairy first edition. Magneton first edition. Zapdos first edition. Mewtwo first edition. Venusaur First Edition, Blastoise First Edition, and the big one, Charizard First Edition. And everything in here is near mint mint. And actually, when I ordered this, they definitely didn't tell me that it was PSA graded. So it actually has a grade of 8 near mint mint, which actually makes this, just because it's been PSA graded, a lot more valuable than what I paid for it. Even the last auction that I saw on just a damaged, I think it had some like edge wear and, you know, creases, so probably like a 7, maybe a 6. On eBay in an auction went for over almost $130. I definitely didn't pay that much for this one from Troll and Toad. So at first I was kind of sad because I was like, oh, it's PSA graded, it's, you know, in this big clunky thing. You know, I can't fit it in just my binder pages. And then I kind of realized this is a lot more valuable than if it was out of it. So yeah. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to store this. I might just tape it on the inside of like the base set binder, so it still stays with the set, but it's nice and secure. So, amazing, amazing BCBM. I am a little bit disappointed that the Crystal Lugia is not English, but other than that, I mean, yeah, beautiful, beautiful buy. Everything is in great condition, and before I potentially damage any of these really ultra rare cards, I'm going to go put them in my binder. So, thanks everyone for watching.